Well, Stephen Graft and President William Ruto is yet again on the spot for hosting people with questionable past dealings at State House. Just a few weeks ago, after hosting former U.S. Congressman Mark Daly alongside the South Sudanese politician Albino Mathom Babuog, Ruto recently hosted controversial Zimbabwean businessman Winckell Chivayo at State House for a meeting that has raised questions on the president's commitment to fight the dynamic corruption in the country. NTV's David Mudoka reports on the state of the war on graft by the Kenya Kwanza administration more than 2 years after ascending to power.
The controversial Zimbabwean businessman met President William Ruto at State House recently. According to this post that Winckell Chivayo posted on X on Monday morning, the businessman wrote in part, and I quote, "En route to Tanzania for the 2025 Energy Summit, I had to seize the opportunity to connect with Africa's visionary leader, His Excellency President William Ruto of Kenya. His dedication to renewable energy reflects Africa's readiness to lead the global energy transformation." End of quote. It is the third time that Ruto has met the businessman who has been investigated in Zimbabwe and South Africa of alleged involvement in corrupt dealings. The meeting coming just days after Ruto hosted former Michigan Congressman Mark Daly. Daly was convicted in the U.S. in 2012 for obstructing justice. Against the backdrop of these meetings, questions have been raised over Ruto's commitment to fight the runaway graft in the country. Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who Ruto recently accused of being corrupt and incompetent, being the latest leader to not only question Ruto's intention to fight graft, but also accuse him back of perpetrating corruption.
Anaenda pale Western, anasema tumefukuza huyu Rigathi Gachagua and he is corrupt. William Ruto, my friend, do you have the moral authority to talk about corruption? So, Mr. President, be an honest man. Look for a mirror before you talk about corruption and look at yourself.
Gachagua further claimed that some of the key government projects are avenues of corruption.
That housing, initially we believed in the president. That ni yakuleta ajira, nini, maneno kizungu mingi, we looked okay. Until it came to my attention, it has nothing to do with housing. Ni biashara.
Gachagua also delved into the organized crime and corruption reporting projects ranking of Ruto as the world's second most corrupt leader.
Juzi kumekuwa na opinion poll on the most corrupt person in the world. And we are unhappy that you are rigged. Instead of giving you number one, they gave you number two.
When President Ruto was sworn in more than 2 years ago, he promised to form a commission to investigate the degree of state capture in government within his first month in office. To date, the president has never set up a commission to investigate if a handful of wealthy and deeply connected Kenyans, otherwise known as deep state, indeed have captured government. A further concern of the government's let-up in the war against corruption is the withdrawal of corruption cases by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions involving the big fish. Among those whose cases were dismissed is Gachagua himself, former cabinet secretaries Mithika Linturi and Aisha Jumwa, as well as former governor Mike Sonko. Others include former Kenya Power MD Ben Chumo and his Kenya Pipeline Company counterpart Joe Sang.
President William Ruto has got no intentions whatsoever of fighting corruptions. In fact, he has no idea why you people are disturbing him about corruption. So it's not going to happen. He has no intentions of fighting corruption, and he will continue having the corrupt people surrounding him. You've even seen his interesting visitors to State House. So it tells you that's his position on corruption.
Fanyamambo Kinuthia, a political analyst, is convinced that the fight against corruption lacks goodwill from State House, warning that corruption will continue to thrive with Ruto as president.
While there have been several reasons why President William Ruto has been under scrutiny lately, corruption stands out as one of the main reasons why President Ruto has been on the receiving end of criticism. Kenyan voters will now be watching closely to see whether the president will slay the monster that is corruption between now and 2027, when Kenyans will be returning to the ballot.
Ruto ndio mtu anaweza kukuchukulia pesa yako na akusafishe clean. Yani anakuomba ATM, unampatia pin, unamtumia pesa mpaka unamwambia asante. Kitamfikirie pesa imeenda.
Two African leaders have made it to the top 3 on the list of the most corrupt leaders of 2024. The two are Kenyan President William Ruto and Nigerian President Bola Tinubu. The world leaders were ranked by the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, or the OCCRP. Ruto and Tinubu were the finalists for the OCCRP's Person of the Year Award. The top ranked, that is the most corrupt leaders title, was given to former Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. Kenya's William Ruto was placed second, and Nigeria's Bola Tinubu was secured the 3rd spot. Though Bashar al-Assad was ranked number 1, he did not receive the most number of votes. It was the Kenyan president. An unprecedented number of people, more than 40,000, wrote in to nominate William Ruto for Person of the Year in organized crime and corruption.
So, anaenda pale Western, anasema tumefukuza huyu Rigathi Gachagua, and he is corrupt. William Ruto, my friend, do you have the moral authority to talk about corruption? And we sympathize with you because juzi kumekuwa na opinion poll on the most corrupt person in the world. And we are unhappy that you are rigged. Instead of giving you number 1, they give you number 2. Let me say,
tunarudi magharibi mwa Kenya, tutatembea zile kaunti zote, kufungua watu macho. Jana Gachagua amesema huyu jamaa alikuwa anakaa kwetu kwa wiki siku 6,
anajua vichochoro vyote huko
anakuja Gaino Mwega na shule. Sasa amekuja Western Mazangali, mlembe khani. Sasa kidogo ni kama kijiji ametufumbua macho. Watu wa Western mchungane na ujamaa.
Lakini
hivi ndio alitukon mlima. Lakini sababu sasa amepeana talaka. Watu wa mlima wamesema hawataki story yake, hawataki UDA. So amekimbilia Western, ameanza kutongoza watu wa Western. So nasi pia tukiwa viongozi kutoka Western, tutaambia wenzetu lazima muwe macho. Msidanganywe vile watu wa mlima walidanganywa.
Don't you think Mheshimiwa Eugene Wamalwa kwamba the former deputy president ana acts like a jilted lover? Lazima nikikuacha tu Mheshimiwa Eugene Wamalwa, lazima utakuwa na machungu ya hapa na pale. So lazima utaenda ukiongea ubaya, unajua huyu alikuwa na hivi, alikuwa sababu nimekuacha.
No, lakini wewe ukiniacha mbona uende uongelee juu yangu? Uko Kakamega unaongea juu ya Gachagua, uko Bungoma juu ya Gachagua. Sasa Gachagua anasema wewe unasema yangu, acha pia mimi niseme yako. So jana Gachagua ametupa kidogo tu, ni kionjo. Kuna mambo ambayo anaenda kuambia wa Kenya, watakuja wajue huyu mtu aitwa Ruto ni mtu aina gani. Ni mtu muongo, ni mtu mfisadi, ni mtu mkabila. So haya yote tutaka sababu amekaa naye, wanajuana. Vile Ruto anafichua mambo ya Gachagua, ndio Gachagua atafichua mambo ya Ruto. Wacha waanikane, Wakenya pia wajue hapa kumbe tuna shida.
So kuna kitu nimeona, and the accuracy imenifurahisha. Wacheni niwaonyeshe, tufurahie kwa pamoja. Gorit. So this is Honorable Alfred Keter, former Nandi MP, and he had this to say: Kenya is an amazing country. Today morning, I was in JKIA, a state-of-the-art airport built by Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. Then I used a beautiful expressway built by Uhuru Kenyatta to an amazing Thika highway built by Moi Kibaki on my way to Kasarani Sports Complex built by Daniel Arap Moi. And tomorrow, I am visiting Moi University closed by William Ruto. Whatever you do with that information, mimi nimewasomea tu. Mimi nimewasomea tu. Whatever you do, it's up to you. It is up to. Thank you. Karibuni sana.
President William Ruto is the most corrupt political leader in Kenya. This is according to the latest poll by research firm Ipsos Synovet. The report indicates that 33% of Kenyans rank the corrupt. The research was conducted in 45 counties with a representation of about 2,000 households.
Why do you think you are seen by so many Kenyans as being the epitome of a corrupt politician?
That tells you that the whole corruption narrative has been politicized.
But your citizens have absolutely no faith in all of the words that you and others give to me about your pledge to clean up the country, to deliver on anti-corruption. They don't believe a word of it.
We have the fight against corruption on the eyeball. And I want to tell you that the country today believes strongly that this government, this administration, is serious about the fight against corruption.
The Ipsos polling organization asked Kenyans which politicians in your country they believe to be corrupt. People were asked, and this is the question, of all the current and past but alive political leaders you can think of, which one do you think is the most corrupt? Guess who came out on top?
Your guess is as good as mine.
You. 33% chose you.
Absolutely.
William Ruto.
Yes.
Those who are used to stealing public resources, those who use politics to protect thieves and the corrupt, those who have big friends in big places, I want to announce that their time is up. There will be no place for those people. And as I have said with clarity, the corrupt, the thieves, the people who steal from the people of Kenya, the people who steal the future of our children, they must leave Kenya. Or they will go to jail. Or they have the option of going to heaven. Wajipange namna hiyo. And it is not a threat. Nasikia watu wengine wanasema, oh, nimethreaten mtu, I have not threatened anybody. It is the truth. And it is an option. And I'm not threatening anybody. It is what we will do. So it's not a threat. Msifikiri ati ni kutisha watu. Hakuna kutisha. Wezi na wakora na wale wanataka kuendeshana na mambo ya ufisadi watahama Kenya. Ama wataenda jela. Ama waende wapi? Story finish. I am actually shocked that anybody in Kenya, any person in Kenya can defend corruption, can defend wastage, can defend what has made this country go backwards. The sugar industry here imezama kwa sababu tunaleta pesa ya serikali, mabilioni inapotea. Tunaleta pesa ndio hiyo, tunauliza lipa wakulima, sijui lipa wafanyikazi. Hapana, it cannot continue like that. Ama namna gani jameni? Hii ufisadi mnataka tuchezee Lingala naye? Hii ufisadi tumalizane naye watu, so that we have a country that is leading from the front. Ama namna gani jameni? So those who doubt my resolve on matters to do with fighting corruption, they better check again.
Mumesema muko na mpango.
Yes.
Ye mwenyewe ameenda kabisa na akawaambia kwamba hawa ambao wanapiga makelele, natumai alikuwa na rifaa kwenyu mheshimiwa Eugene Wamalwa, manake mmekuwa very vocal kuzungumzia yale ambayo yanaendelea. So mwenyewe amesema nyinyi ambao mnapiga kelele, mnafikiri itakuwa rahisi kunitoa kwenye hii kiti? Wakati ule nilikuwa sijapata, wakasema hata hii one term siwezi pata, nikaipata. Ndo hii wandani wake kina Oscar Sudi na wabunge wengine wengi ambao wanamsupport Rais Dr. William Ruto wamesema hamjawahi ona Kenya one term president. Haitaanza na Rais Dr. William Ruto. Kama ni kujaza, tutajaza.
Ujue kwa Biblia kuna ile story ya Goliath. Goliath usiku kucha alikuwa anapiga kifua, alisema hakuna mtu ananiweza mimi.
Okay.
Ni nani hapa? Hakuna wanaume hapa. Hakuona Daudi kakija. na Ruto hata tuona tukija. Ule mpango tumeanza jana. Itakuwa kama Goliath.
So mko na strategy kabisa ya kuhakikisha na mnamtoa kwenye kiti.
Wacha endelee kujigamba. Vile Goliath alikuwa anajigamba.
Alright.
Daudi kana kuja.
And we must not let the people of Kenya down. People are asking, wewe, wananiambia, wewe Rigathi, tenda tafuta marafiki. Kama huyu mtu ametuumiza namna hii first term, kwa bahati mbaya akirudi second term, tutakuwa tunavaa vinyasa. Sasa nyinyi tafuta marafiki, mtafute formula. Na hatutaki kujua ni nani. Mkuje mtuambie formula ni? So we shall be selfless as a team. We shall be selfless. And let us not approach this election with a predetermined mindset. That lazima ikuwe ni mimi ama ni mimi. Wacha tuseme tuko na kibarua ya kungoa hii jamaa. That is the first objective. Let us consolidate our votes, consolidate. Uzuri, payslip holders are 3 million. Na every payslip holder has a minimum influence of 2 people. Those are 9 million people who have a personal issue with William Ruto. Sasa, ongeza Gen Z. Maneno imeisha haijaisha. So, and I want to, as I sit down, I want to ask our Gen Zs, please, you are doing a very good job, our sons and daughters, on the social media, keeping this guy in check. Continue. But that is not enough. You must take IDs and register as voters. Because the final transformation of this country will happen on the ballot box. Not on a smartphone. The smartphone will create the awareness and create the necessary mood and mobilize people. But the actual transformation of getting the right leadership will happen on the ballot. So we want to ask the Gen Zs and the millennials, please take IDs, register as voters, and continue what you are doing on the smartphone.
Unachoma kwa nini? Unachoma kwa nini? Hii chama imetudanganya. Mimi mtu alitukona kupitia chama cha UDA. Na leo tumeamua harusi ya kisiasa kati ya UDA na Gama imefika mwisho. A political marriage between UDA and Gama. Leo imefika mwisho. Leo imefika mwisho. Imefika mwisho. UDA imekwisha Gama. UDA imekwisha. UDA imekwisha. UDA imekwisha.
Wacheni tu mimi niseme na mapema. Ndio kama kuna list na andiko mniweke kwa list. I can't wait to reject Finance Bill 2025. I can't wait because I know it will be something absurd. It will be something mental. I can't wait. Mniweke kwa list jameni. List ya reject.
Majenzi mko? Kazi mnafanya kwa mtandao ni mzuri sana. Na tunapongeza nyinyi. Na muendelee. Mtaendelea. Lakini mtandao peke yake haitoshi. Tunataka mjiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Wale watu ambaye watakomboa Kenya hii, wenye kuamua Kenya itaongozwa namna gani, ni hao majenzi wetu mwaka wa 2027. Lakini hamwezi amua Kenya itakaa namna gani kwa simu peke yake. Lazima mchukue vitambulisho, lazima mjiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Siku hiyo ikifika, muamuke saa 9, muungane na sisi na wengine, tuende pale kwa debe, tutafute uongozi wa maana ambaye utaheshimu wa Kenya, utaheshimu demokrasia na utakubali kufanyia kila mtu maendeleo. Tumekubaliana majenzi?
Now, why do you want Ruto gone?
We want Ruto gone because he is killing innocent people. He's wanting to pass the Finance Bill 2024. He's putting tax on sanitary products that girls can't even buy. He's can't go to school. He's corrupt. He's taking the money. He needs to go.
Yes.
Out. If you're going to raise anything, start with your hairline.
Nice.
Control, Alt, delete, Ruto. The drunk did better than you. Drunkard did better than you.
Nice.
Mungu nguvu yetu, itoe Ruto Kenya, hata kama angalau na jali. Sisi Kenya tumechoka na Ruto, maisha imetuharibikia, analipisha mpaka sodo ya wamama. Pure kabisa Ruto. We don't like you, go home. Sasa tafuta kiongozi ambaye anapenda mwananchi na anapenda kijana kama.
They want to be described as honorable even when they are horrible. They acquire things which they have not worked for. They promise us things that they know they will never deliver. And there is no shortage of such men and women in the African continent.
Now the next election, yes. Unajua hawa ndio watakuwa nasema fagia wote ama mtasema namna gani? This generation, yes, they use their might because they didn't vote. The largest vote in the last election.
You like me, why them a fight me? You like me, chewing a bomb and a bite it. You like me, chewing a bite it. Don't like, how I not you. When you touch them, even if we put them. When you touch them, you find not touch them. When you touch them, what am I not so them? In farm, I'm missing your bust them.